One of the biggest lessons that I think we learn as business owners is our business is one of our biggest teachers. It is such a journey in self-understanding, self-awareness and growth. Something that I learned this year was I'm neurodivergent. I was diagnosed with ADHD earlier this year, and it has been life-changing, the information that I have been able to adapt with that understanding. So I always felt like some things were just so hard. I had to try so hard to motivate myself, and I'd see these pieces of information about the key to success and the key to productivity is just to get up earlier and do the big thing first and get that monkey off your back, and all these things that we hear people say. But it never worked for me. And I always felt like I just wasn't trying hard enough, or I was lazy. I was wading through mud and I wasn't making progress, and it had to be something wrong with me rather than the advice. One of the biggest things that I have learned since being diagnosed with ADHD is I have to follow the dopamine. What works for me and what works for a large chunk of the ADHD community is working out how to activate that dopamine with the little things and then build momentum into the bigger things. If I sit down to do a task that feels overwhelming, like an audit, for example, something that I'm really good at, but my brain panics when I look at. So rather than pushing myself to just try, follow the dopamine, do the little things. Work out what is going to give me that fix of, hey, I did it, tick off the box, start there. Work with my natural routine, that moment when I'm inspired to do the work, which sometimes might be at night. And while I don't advocate for that necessarily on an ongoing basis, for me, sometimes sinking in when no one is talking to me and no one needs my attention and no one is asking for snacks is the key to actually making momentum. Sometimes that's it. And sometimes it's about learning how to hack that part of the brain that loves a deadline. Something like a timer, something like getting someone to check in with you, setting a deadline, things like that. Working out how to actually hack my brain has been a really key part to productivity and understanding what feels easy, why it feels easy, and what feels hard and why it feels hard, and being able to bridge those things together, because it's not always going to feel easy. But how can we work with our brains to get that easier so that we can find flow again?